Hi everyone, my name is Aminah. It is with great pleasure to welcome our esteemed audience to this webinar today, jointly organized by Malaysia Productivity Corporation MPC and Machinery and Equipment Productivity Nexus MEPN. Before we begin, just a few points for housekeeping. There will be a question and answer session at the end of the second speaker's presentation. Okay, all questions kindly post in the Q&A box, and we will try to answer as many questions as we can towards the end, all right? Now, many a times we find ourselves in situations where our intent has been misunderstood or we are unable to effectively carry out our given task. Could it be the way of us processing instructions or perceiving instructions, or our way of communicating our instructions, or perhaps even our very own attitude that can cause this to happen? We find ourselves having to redo, giving out instructions again, etc. And all this definitely impacts our very own productivity, the team's productivity, and also the company's productivity, as much time has been wasted on redoing things again and again. Now, the topic of today's webinar, Pave Your Road to Success, Unlock Your Hidden Talent and Potential, will help us understand ourselves better, how we can communicate better, and how to be a better team player, thus indirectly improving our very own productivity. Now, both our speakers today, Mr. Chee, Tatt, a subject matter expert with MEPN, and Ms. Lily Lau, Managing Director of Culture Dynamics DCI Malaysia Sdn Bhd, are experts in the areas of building up communication skills, okay, using tools to improve and make us fit better into the workplace community effectively. So without much further ado, let me welcome our first speaker, Mr. Chee, Tatt, to the floor. Mr. Chan, all yours.
Hello, thank you to Ms. Mimi, and thanks to all of you. Good morning to all of you as well. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay. Yes, my name is Chan. Yeah, I'm from MEPN. I'm one of the subject matter experts. Okay, so this is our first webinar in the Human Resource webinar series. So today we will discuss these three subtopics. Let's lay a solid foundation, cultivate the right thought. It will break our traditional way of thinking. Without further ado, let's start. Okay, the first is talking about redefine the definition of talents. So before we go deeper, let us to have a full question. So then we can understand that what is the meaning of talents. Okay, so can you see the question? Yeah, so I relaunch it. Can you see the question? I will give you about 30 seconds to answer. The question is, a university graduate applied for 30 different jobs and was rejected by every interviewer. He even went to KFC to get an odd job. 24 people went for the job, 23 were accepted. He was the only guy rejected. So the question is he a talent? Okay, so we give another 5 seconds to answer the questions. Okay, great. So look at the result. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I end the poll now. Okay, the results show that 57% of audience saying that he is the talent, and 43% say that he is not. So look at the case study. In fact, this is the story of Jack Ma. So of course, most of us were saying that he's still young at that moment. He keep on trying. Yes, even though he has been rejected by the interviewer, but still keep on trying. So can say that he is a talent. Oh, I agree with you. So how about the next case study? Okay, this case study is talking about one old man. Okay, let's start another question. Okay, so we launched the question for question case study number 2. Okay, I read the answer. I try to explain it. A 70-year-old man did many jobs in his early years. The first 3 jobs, he was fired because of insubordination, quarrels with clients and colleagues. He can't get any achievement in his first half of life. So the question is he a talent? Okay, so we give ourselves about 5 seconds to answer the question. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we end the pool now. Okay, so I share the result to all of you. Okay, the result showed that he is not a talent. Yeah, I hear you. Maybe you say that, yeah, because of a lot of disciplinary issue, insubordination, quarrel with clients, and even colleagues as well. So he is not a talent. And some more, maybe he is an old man. Yeah, it's now his age about 70. So, but look at here. This is actually the story of Coron Helen Sander. Do you know the founder of KFC? So he is the one. So in his first half of his life, to be frank, he can't get any achievement. But later on, he showed it. He is a talent. So what is that means? What we're trying to say is, everyone is a talent, and everyone can be a talent. Okay. So, but why? What is the reason we can't find our hidden potential and our strength have no much different with others? This is always the question we are facing at, and we can't even find a talent to work for me. So for the first one, hidden potential, Miss Lily will cover it later on, how to unlock our hidden talents. And also today, I will try to share with you how to find a talent to work for you. This is another very interesting topic. So we try to divide the workforce into 3 categories. The first one, I call it as a red apple. The second, green apple, and the third, rotten apples. So what is the meaning of red apples? Do you still remember 80-20 rules? Red apple is talking about the 80% of the company trying to acquire 20% of the best talent. We understand that the founder of AirAsia, he's a talent. Okay, the founder of Alibaba, Jack Ma, he is a talent. So we know all that. So they are the talents well recognized by the relevant industry and also the relevant agencies. So green apple is talking about the 80% of the talent in the labor market. Only 20% of the companies give them a chance to grow. So in summary, to say that you and me actually a talent. So we are waiting for the chances given by the company. Am I right? So if you are the employer, I am sure that you have your talent in your company. They are waiting for you to give them a chance to grow. Okay, so talking about the rotten apples, what is that means rotten apple? Rotten apple means that for those who has attitude problem, for late coming, for example, insubordination, we can change it easily just by carrot and stick. We give them appropriate rewards or maybe appropriate punishment. We can change the attitude easily. But for those who has integrity problem, sorry to say that, please put them aside because you and me, we are not God. We can't do any. So I will classify them as a rotten apples. Okay, so for green apple and red apples, so we will put more focus on green apples because this is something like a diamond. Is waiting for us to make it shine. So 3 levels of talents. They have 3 categories: excellence, outstanding, and brilliant. We have to upgrade ourselves gradually. So brilliance, outstanding, and excellent. Excellent is more talking about 2 things. Outstanding is manage human resource, or maybe we call that as manage people. Brilliance is talking about transform the landscape as a whole. Okay, look at this photo over here. So the first level of talent pyramid is excellent, as I mentioned just now. Those who can do things excellent can be classified at the bottom of talent pyramid. So, but the life of the group of these people is not easy. They do things well. They know their strength and use it to its extreme. An example, the farmer, look at the farmer. He has a green finger. The apples he grows are big and sweet. So what's the next? The ruthless buyers are only willing to buy the apple at a low price. Can you imagine the life of the farmer? This example is not limited to the profession of farmers. This is quite common among the company founders as well as employees. Whether you are the boss or an employee, you will find that the more you do things, the more tired you are. You will find that the performance of the boss is much more better than his subordinates or employees. That's the reason we always hear the grievance, like, for example, I can't get the talents to work for me, I can't get any successor, and so on. So the companies can't grow big and is always in the firefighting mode. So if your company always in firefighting mode, please be alert. Of course, in this scenario, don't talk about any successor planning. So look at the second level, I call it as outstanding. In this second level is talking about manage people. Okay, those who can manage people well can be classified at this level of talent pyramid. He or she does not need to do things because he can attract those who can do things to help him or her to do it. A good example is the insurance company and direct sales company. The upline took most of his time to develop competency of his downline. Look at us, most of the sales manager and even the employer, they spend much of our times to looking for customers. It means we are still in the bottom of talent pyramid, which is two things. Yeah, but look at the insurance company and also direct sales company. They spend much of their time in developing competency of his downline. The thing is different. So I share two scenarios with you. The first scenario, the little boy, his name John. Yeah, John is currently unemployed. He has no income. He was hungry for 3 days. So Mr. A, give him a break during his difficulty time. The second scenario is the Mr. B. Okay, he gives John a VIP card, a lifetime free lunch in restaurant B, when he was promoted to senior manager of the company. So my question is, if you are John, who would you be more grateful for? Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. I believe that most of you will say Mr. A, right? Because Mr. A can help the person during the difficulty times. The keywords over here is to win the people's heart. Talking about the people management, the keywords over here is win the people's heart. Okay, so let's go through this period, the top of the talent pyramid. This is the highest level. So, do you know the tactic of playing chess or Chinese chess? It can't depend on luck. You have to understand the behavior of opponent, foresee the next step and even the 5 steps ahead. We should understand that what is the risk and opportunities, then we take the step. So this is not a strategic planning. Again, I'm trying to highlight that this is not a strategic planning. Strategic planning is the art of formulating business strategies, implementing them, and evaluating their impact on organizational objective. But talking about this billions is talking about make change that transform the landscape as whole. Okay, the game changers often use their personality traits and attitude to spark change. It belongs to the persons. Okay, and also it requires a long-term commitment as well as innovative thinking. So I can actually buy a book from the bookstore. The name of the book is called The Art of War. We can always referring to that book. They have many examples from the books. So in order to win in a war, so the military general, even though the king, trying to put a lot of efforts, long-term commitments, and have innovative thinking to make the change. Okay, so we try to apply this talent pyramid in our work practice. Okay, referring to our org chart or structures. Okay, for employee or even self-employed personnel, we have to achieve excellence. So for manager levels, at least we have to achieve the second level, which is outstanding. We have to manage people well. We have to know that the tactic to win the heart of someone. For top management, we have to achieve billions. This is the highest level. Okay, so in summary, look at this. As a top sales agent, he can always achieve rank number 1 or rank number 2, top sales in the companies. He has the skill, he know how to negotiate, he know how to persuade the customer and so on to purchase the product. So he can do it very well. But once he has been promoted to be a team leader, the situation will be changed. Okay, so he should let each of his subordinates become the top agent, but he must not be one of them. So means that you have to sacrifice most of your sales commission. You have to always look at our subordinates go to the stage and get the awards, but we are not the one of them. Because as a leader, a team leader, our ability is to make sure all your subordinates, all the people surrounding you, they can be excellent. Then automatically that you will be upgraded as outstanding. So as a brilliant, the ability of brilliant is to combine all the resources and form a system. For example, like franchise, like McDonald's, like KFC's, the boss always behind the scene. Okay, the boss always not there. The shop organized by the shop manager and monitored by the region manager. So the boss always not there. So how to make it work? They have two statistics over here. The first is belief, another is the law of attractive. So belief is something like we believe the gods. That's the reason we're willing to sacrifice everything to the gods. So for example, at Asia, they have slogans, everyone can fly. So our verse work for him because of, this is our dream, everyone can fly. So, but talking about the law of attraction, that is another topic. Yeah, we will highlight it in detail in our next webinar. But here, I just trying to make a summary of the law of attraction. It's something like you will attract into your life whatever you are focused on, and your energy vibration will attract energy back to you of the same frequencies. Yeah, this is another interesting topic. We will discuss it in the next webinar. Okay, so talking about the second, the taste of success. Okay, look at these two photos over here. Sense of success is actually part of our life plans. The first one, the man is staggering. Yeah, alarm is on. So staggering, I believe that most of us, we are experienced that situations. We have to wake up, we have to attend the meeting. Yeah, we really hate the alarm clock. We really want to throw it away. Yeah, we faced that experience before, right? So look at the ladies. You can see the smile face. When she wake up, she smile. What is the reason she can make herself so happy in the morning? Because we need to be stimulated. As a human, we need to be stimulated. We love the taste of winning. So start from now, give yourself a small target and achieve it. Taste the sense of success. Okay, I have another case study, yeah, for us, so we can understand that what is the meaning of sense of success. Okay, so look at here, the pool question number 3. Okay, so I read the questions. Okay, a man got a job as an insurance agent in a famous insurance company and worked in the same company for 1 year. He then bought his dream car, BMW, blah, 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 in 2 days ago. Did he succeed? This is the question, did he succeed? Okay, so we have 5 seconds. Let us to confirm what is the answer. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we end the pool now. Okay, I share the result here. So 69% of audience saying that, yeah, he's very successful because maybe he can bought his dream car within a year. Yeah, within a year. So a good answer from you. Okay, so we have no right or wrong answer over here, just for information, because we don't know who is the person and what is his financial status in this moment, right? But look at this scenario, seems like, yeah, he's very successful. Okay, This is not something like scheme cepat gaya. Do not misunderstand about this. Okay, what I'm trying to share over here is we have 3 different types of Sifu. We always call our many of teachers call them as Sifu. There are 3 types of Sifu over here. Okay, the first one is lecturers. Lecturer will share someone's success story and experience with you. Okay, so talking about the teacher, he has a successful story. He share all his secret of success with you. But the thing is, he has his own story. All the story happened in the past, not in the futures. The method may be good for me, but maybe not good for you, because it's all happened in the past, and this is his own story. So how about master? Master is trying to inspire your soul. Master won't share about the method and experience. The master will only break with traditional thinking, take you to experience. No guidance, find out your own answer. So you have your own answer. Okay, so the important notes over there. Okay, we do not immediate. It method may work for me, but it is not guaranteed to work for you. Yeah, this is very important notes, because nowadays YouTuber is a dream job of many of youngsters, right? So many YouTuber can imitate someone perfectly, imitating the dance of Michael Jackson, or even though the singing of Andy Lau and other singers. Of course, this is the best way to increase popularity. Unfortunately, this popularity cannot last long. So what is the conclusion? We should have our own style, not following the success path of someone, because it may not work for us. And the second point over here is everyone hopes you to live a better life, but no one wants your life to be better than him or her, unless they are your parents. That is really true. Maybe you will try to challenge me and say, how about spouse? But some scenario is usually husband will feel a bit frustrated if the wife's salary is higher than him. Yeah, this is something this is the scenario over here. So who can be the master? The first thing we cannot imitate. The second one is everyone's seems like they don't want us to live better than them. Yeah, so who can be the master? The answer is yourself. You can only be the master for yourself. No one can be the master for you. Okay, so let us understand what is the definition of success. This is very important over here. Okay, successful is a feeling. It's just a feeling, right? There are 2 types of feeling. That is dream and also desire. Dream is talking about love. Love. Okay, look at here. If your dream is bring value to yourself, you will achieve the personal achievement. For example, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a doctor. Yeah, this is something like personal achievement. In our day, we can be the doctors or maybe lawyers. But if you want to bring value, bring the solution to your customers, you will become the successful entrepreneur. If you bring the value to the employees or people around you, you will become the respected leaders. Okay. And if you bring the value to the people in the world, you will be a legendary person. For example, like Bill Gates, Albert Einstein, Nelson Mandela, they bring the value to the people in the world. That is the reason they become a legendary person. So in this summary is, we have to always dream big. Okay, we bring the solution, bring the value to everyone, to the people around the world, and we will be the legendary person. So if you're focusing on yourself, you will only bring the value for yourself. So we have to always dream big. But if talking about desire is something like never-ending story. I have a motorcycle in this today, so tomorrow I'm looking for a motor car, something like that. For example, I want to increase labor productivity. That's the reason I force my subordinates, force the workers to do things. So because I want this and that, then later I take any other action. So this is something like desire. You will not getting any satisfaction. You will not getting the taste of success if you have only desire. Okay, so we look at this common ground of the first and 2 case study. I still remember that the story of Jack Ma and also the story of Coron Helen Sanders. So we're trying to get the key to success. Where is the key now? Okay, so most of the participants, maybe we'll talk about, trying 5 different career paths, they choose the right path, catch a train, they have a luck and so on. But is that true? Because it sounds familiar, you can even hear in the motivation class courses. But is that the point of success? That is always the question. If yes, means that all the people attended the motivational courses, they will be success. But in the real situation, they are not. So where to get the key to success? Very simple, because they have no choice. But we have too many choices. Because they have no choice, it cultivates the spirit of not being afraid of losing. And because we have too many choices, it restricts our action and thinking. Yeah, just for example, like Jack Ma and also Colonel Helen Sanders, they keep on trying. Like Jack Ma, the first interview, fail again, second, third, fail again. Colonel Helen Sanders, the first job being fired, then fired again and again. In the end of the day, they get their treasure chest. But for us, most of us, we graduated from the university, then we got a job, we have different job offer, we understand that there is a income, a very sustained, stable income. So we work for the job, or maybe we do the business from the beginning until the end. So we really not understand that, or maybe we not realize that actually the treasure chest just located beside us. We don't know because we never try. So Jack Ma said, if you have never tried, how will you even know if there's any chance? Yeah, basically I agree with Jack Ma said, but I have some reservations about this. The reason is, when the time we make a change, we change our career path, or even though we change our business model, it's something like the game of two dots. The chance of hitting the red heart is slim. Yeah. So for example, Alibaba established on 4th of April 1999. Okay, Alibaba is not the pioneer, and also he is not the new. This Alibaba, the company, is not the newcomer for this e-commerce platform market. So there is about 20 years difference between the company established years of the pioneer and also the newcomers. So if you say that you catch a train, so means the train is maintained for 21 years. Is that true? And if you talk about the choose the right path, it's by luck, is that true? The answer is no, because many people and also company fail in this period of time. But nobody knows. For example, like Shopify, BigCommerce, Chee for Shop. Do you hear that? Because we only know about the successful cases. Many of them actually fail, but we don't know. So what is the summary of this story? The success is not accidental or by luck. Just for example, if your wealth is not proportional to your financial quotient, there are thousands of ways in the market to make your wealth disappear. Talking about the talents as well, if you do not understand the essence of the talent pyramid and take appropriate action, you will stay in a hamster exercise wheel, keep on running and keep on doing things, because we are staying at the bottom of the talent pyramid, keep on doing things. Okay, how to let talents to work for us? Before that, ask you a question. What is the definition of good employee? Try to think about it. Good employee, what is that definition? Maybe someone will say that loyalty, someone will say that good performance, and so on. So I actually put a robot over there because you are talking about robot. It's not a human, right? Loyalty, hardworking, performing well. It's just like a robot. But today, what you are trying to say is focus on psychology, humanity. Okay, look at this Maslow hierarchy of needs. People are motivated. Okay, 5 basic categories of needs. Okay, so for employee or even the self-employed, for example, like Grab food riders, get car driver, and so on. The most concern is the physiological needs and also safety needs. So I would like to recommend that to implement this productivity linked wages system, because for the employee, they are looking for income, a stable income. Okay, and also talking about the safety net, especially we are in COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah, we are very concerned about the safety needs. So I have experienced that I visited a factories located in Eli. So none of the workers go to the smoking areas. Yeah, they even shorten their lunch break from 1 hour to 30 minutes. The reason is they're trying to increase their output to get higher salary, a higher commission. They're implementing 3 shifts per day, 24 hours per day, no overtime is allowed. So they have to work hard to show the performance to increase the output. So talking about the management level, so management level, basically their salary is enough for them to cover their daily expenses. That is the reason. For managerial levels, they were more focusing on the sense of belonging, and even though they're trying to get the recognition from the top management. So just very simple, recognize your management level well, they will always stay in your companies and show the best performance to you. So talk about the top management, self-actualization is the most concern. So if you ask that how to retain the talent, it's just simple like that. Just following this Maslow hierarchy and you will get the answer. Okay, so another question is, who are your target talent in labor market? This is a very good question. Always remember that talent is your asset. So what is the meaning of asset? So I would like to recommend you to purchase a book from the bookstore. The name of the book is called Rich Dad and Poor Dad. So from there, we will really understand that what is the meaning of asset. Basically, asset is something like generate positive cash flow. So if you are an employee, always remember that you have to generate a positive cash flow to the company, and you will be classified as an asset of the companies. Do not become the liability. Okay, always remember that asset. Yeah, it doesn't care how many talents you find, but how many talents you can retain. Yeah, it seems like you're well. Okay, you can earn a lot of money, but in the end of the day, we have to know that how to keep all this money, am I right? So, and the importance notes over here is you have a team of talent, but you still need to contribute 100% of yourself. So means you can only be a talent, reach the bottom of the talent pyramid, which is 2 things. So we have to learn about how to delegate. We have to learn about how to cultivate our subordinates, even the people around us, to be excellent. And automatically that you will be upgraded to be outstanding. So how to ensure that your generals, your military generals and soldiers are invincible? Yeah, so we will talk about this in our upcoming webinar. This is another interesting topic. We will take about another 30 minutes to talk about it. Okay, but we have another platform. We can always come to MPC, Malaysia Productivity Corporation. We have a project that is called Machinery and Equipment Productivity Nexus, MEPN, virtual advisory clinics. So the area of consultation is, for example, like marketing and planning, human resources, and so on. You can always come to us. We can have a discussion. We can give you something like a proposal. At the same time, you work together. We have a team of experts. We can work together and come with the best solution to all of us. Okay, another one, we call it as Productivity 1010. That is a productivity through digitalizations. So basically, we have a team of system integrators. They are helping you to identify where is the area of improvement. And of course, we're trying to give you a solution, which is the best solution, digitalization or maybe automation that is fit to your companies. Okay, and the last is talking about the industrial skill framework. We have a collaboration with HRD Corporation, and we come with this industrial skill framework. It's focusing on different areas. So for example, the oil and gas, machinery and equipment, we can always find the skill set from there. At the same time, we know the career path, and we can assign, we can confirm that which is the relevant training program for each position. Yeah, so this is my presentation slide. Pass it to you, Miss Mimi. Thank you.
Thanks, Jan. Thank you very much for a very insightful presentation. Okay, for most of us, you know, I think we as leaders, we understand that the people is our success. The people that are with us are actually our success stories. We cannot be in the top of a pyramid if we do not have a strong support at the bottom as well. So thank you very much for that. Now, our next speaker, Miss Lily Lau, you know, she's a managing director. She has an interesting topic to share with us. She's going to tell us exactly, like, you know, we sometimes don't realize where are our strengths, why we fail to understand certain things. When somebody is telling us something, we are really lost. Yeah. So she has this interesting, theory here, which is practical, and she will tell us what is the color of our brain. You know, you find. I mean, I went through that, and I'm just like, oh, I didn't know I was this or that. Okay, so let's proceed, Miss Lily. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Lily, for this warm welcome. And I'm sure all of you all would have enjoyed the session by Mr. Chan, right? He has given you a very good scenario of how, you know, talent can be tapped and some case studies and all that, right? So for me, in the next 35 minutes or so, I'll be sharing my session about how to unlock your hidden talent, which essentially I'm going to touch on colored brain, right? So let me share my screen. Okay, I hope you all can see me. Yeah. So so this is my topic here: unlock your hidden talent for success. All of us wants to be successful, right? And the key question here is, do you know what is your talent? So I'm going to touch on now. Besides the introduction by Mimi, this is just a little bit more about me, how I got myself into all this that I'm doing. I was working, right, for an employment, right? In fact, my former employment was PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, right? I'm not an accountant by profession, but somehow I ended there. And after 18 years, I decided to resign. Reason why I decided to resign, okay, it is because I wanted to really expound on my own potential. And I felt that, yes, my employment was good, but I feel that, you know, because when I am under employment, I have to do what I am told to do, right? Because I'm under salary, whatever it is, when, you know, the up tell you to do something, you have to say yes, right? Now, I have my own ways, and I was a successful manager and all that, right? In my own, right? But I felt that something is still missing in me, right? My potential was not maximized, but I didn't know how. I didn't know how, and neither do I know what was my potential. Anyway, I went through a journey of self-searching, right? So just to cut the story short, in the end, right, I discovered it, and I discovered it through, right, knowing what is my colored brain. And essentially, I was certified. I went in this because I felt it was so useful, and I wanted to share with people, right, so that they can benefit what I have benefited. Yeah. So I am, as of today, I'm the Master Certified for Directive Communication Psychology. I can certify people if anyone is interested, and I can also, right? Okay. Can you all see my question?
We can't. No, we can't see your question, Lily. We can't see.
Okay.
Can you relaunch it for everyone?
Can you see my question?
Yes. Now we can. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good. Please answer this question. Do you know what is your talent or your area of potential? A simple question. Okay, I give you another 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, I shall end the poll now. It doesn't matter, right? And I will share the results to you. If you look at this, this is pretty interesting, you know. Majority of the people put the last two as their answer. Is either not sure or I don't know and I want to find out. Well, whether you put not sure or I don't know, that means you are at the scale that you don't know what they are, right? And only 27% of people say that they know what their potential is. So my conclusion here is that majority of you people don't really know, or you have something but not sure what is that. Okay, so I hope I'm able to do some sharing and enlighten you a little bit, right? The session is pretty short, but I'll do my best. Now let me ask you this question. In doing your work, I assume all of you here are working, right? In doing your work, whatever work that you are doing, right? You could be in an engineer doing the machining, or you are doing some part, right? Or you could be in HR or marketing or whatever. The question here is, in your portfolios, there are many aspects of your work, right? Now, have you been in a situation where you enjoy doing some parts of the work and you do not enjoy some other parts of the work, right? Now, my answer to, because I created this question, right? Because I went through this myself during my time when I was working, right? I enjoy meeting with people. I enjoy, being given projects where things are not routine. I hate it when things go to routine. I hate it when I have to review tons and tons of reports. I hate it when I have to go into the nitty-gritty. Now I am just saying out loud and I'm sharing, right? But the question here is, all these are part and parcel of your work, and you have to do it. You got no choice, right? You need to deliver, right? But only you know, right? The agony that you went through. It's, oh my God, you feel so stressed, right? Which all of us do, right? Go through some part of it. Now, there is, an answer to all this to help you to answer it. Now, before I knew all this, I never know why, right? And I thought that's what work is all about, and that's what work life is all about, right? You go through it, you have to work hard, you got to achieve what you need to achieve, and you need to perform, and you need to meet KPIs. Does it sound familiar, right? Now, the question here is that, can work be better? Can work be more enjoyable? Right? That was some form of a self-searching that I was going through, right? Now, let's go through, right, a mini demo here, right? Now, can you see the two arrows on the screen here? You have the blue and you have the red, right? Can you all type in the text chat, please, just to tell me what color is pointing down and what color is pointing up? Can you all type in the text chat? That will just, give me an indication. Anyone here? Can you all type in the text chat? Okay, somebody put here, down is blue, right? Then obviously red is up, right? Correct. Thank you very much. Now, what color will I see if I'm wearing a blue glasses now? Can you see? See me in the picture now? If I'm wearing this blue glasses now and I look at the arrow, do I still see the blue as in blue or the red as in red? Okay, what's your answer? What do you think? Can you type? Anyone here? Can you type? Just make a guess if you're not sure, even. Somebody says that it will become purple, right? Now, the key question here is, I will not be seeing, right, so clearly that, the blue will remain the blue, right? And definitely the red color changes, right? Whether is it exactly purple, that is, it all depends on my eyesight too, right? Now, at the end of the day, what I mean here is that when I am wearing a blue pair of glasses here, when I look at the arrows, it is never the same if, right, you are wearing a red pair of glasses. Okay, if you are wearing red, right, when I look at the arrows, right, the vision that I see on the blue and the vision that I see on the red is very different compared to if I wear a blue pair of glasses. Now, this is what we mean, right? All of us, right? We look at things from your own perspective, which is different from everyone of us, although we are looking at the same arrows, right? And that makes up, right? Our interpretation is different, our perspective is different, and we get different way of thinking, right? To solve the problems. Now, the question here is, right? Which type are you? Right? Which type are you? And that makes it so difficult because is there really a standard answer? Right? My answer to you, your standard answer is your perspective. And all of us, we do have different perspectives. Okay? Especially when it is about things that is opinion related. Okay? Now, let's go through this simple question, right? For all of us, we have gone through our school, we have gone through our studies, right? During your time when you were studying, right? Are you the type who like maths or are you the type who like art? Can you type in the text chat? Can you type in the text chat? Are you the type who like maths or are you the type who likes art? Okay. Oh, somebody says art. A little bit of both. Some say I like both. Okay, art. Wow, they look like there are more art. One say math. Okay, good. Now, well, it doesn't matter, right? Because this is you. Okay, let's see. Somebody say that I show more potential in math. I'm terrible at art. I don't hate either. Okay, okay. Now, there is no wrong or right question. The key thing here is if you realize during your study time, you perform better in one or two subjects, right? Other subject could be okay. Then there will be one or two that you are weak at one, if you agree with me. None of us are perfect, right? And, you know, if you are the type, right, who cannot draw, like me, I am very terrible at drawing, right? I always admire people, my friends that sit next to me, behind me, all those who can draw beautiful art, you know. And I say, oh my God, why I cannot draw one? Right? Do you have such envy? Yeah? Now, I am better in doing maths, but I can tell you, I didn't really like maths. I do is because compared to arts, probably I can perform in maths better. Right? Now, after I finish my study after Form 5, right? How many maths formula can you remember? Probably for me, almost 90% all gone. Yeah, right? So the question here is, during those study time, we are forced to go into an environment, right, to study, and because we are forced into it, which is not natural, once it is over, the brain just automatically, you know, throw it away because we don't like it. Right now, all this is, of course, you have done it without really knowing why, you know, and there is a reason behind all this, right? Now, you have these two famous brands, Intel and Mac. Yeah, and do you realize, right? Once upon a time, many years ago, when these two products were created, they were not compatible. Well, technology has advanced, and as of today, right? Yes, they are compatible, but it's not 100%. Why? Because they are built on very different platforms. Right, totally different. Mac became popular. It is because of the graphics, the colors, the designs, right? So in general, people who like art, they will, you know, use Mac to design, right? And Intel is basically Microsoft, right? And Microsoft is famous, you know, especially Excel sheet when it became popular, right? And Excel sheet is so good for people who need to crunch numbers, right? You tabulate them, put it in an Excel sheet, right? X, Y, and then you click, and the whole system auto-calculate for you, and it saves a lot of work, right? So this is more suitable for people who need to use mathematics a lot in their work, right? So that's how, you know, these two products became popular in the market because it serves the purpose to the people. Now, the question here is, every of this product that is designed, they run on very, very different processors, right? This processor, I equate them to your brain, right? You need to think. When you need to think, right? Your brain needs to run. All of us, right? Because your brain is your thinking machine. Now, how deep you think, how long you think, right? It doesn't matter. The key point here is your brain is running that thinking process. Now, it has been researched, right? That thinking process that is being run inside your brain, right? It all depends on what type of processor that you have, right? In today's world, we can equate like Android or Mac, right? But you know, in the brain system, right, we call them the colored brain. Okay. Now, so what it means here, right? Our brain needs to have clarity, right? And that clarity is a process that it goes through. It could be in seconds, or it could be a long time, because sometimes we don't get the answers immediately. But we need to run through a process, right? And that, you know, is about getting clarity through an ambiguity unit. I'm like talking a little bit technical here. I mean, in simple terms, is when your brain do not get clarity, they don't get answer, you don't know what to do, right? You don't know what to do because your brain does not give you the answer. It doesn't run and at the end makes a decision, right? This comes from you, and this is you, right? So how your brain runs it, assuming that you get that answer, right? So that's where the process will go through, and right, which processor that you have is what we call the colored brain, right? So in the end, colored brain is an inventory, right, that uncover which is your system that you have inside here. This is not personality, because this is all about you and it comes from your brain. Okay, and all this is proven based on research. Yeah. So what it means here is we have one type of genetics. So which type is your genetic, right? So, and that genetic is you, and that's how you have been yourself, right? Due to your thinking style. Yeah. So let me quickly go through, right? The red type, the red brain. The keyword that we use to describe is called linear. Now, what does linear mean? Linear means straight line, right? So for people who have the red brain type, right? Anything, everything that they think, right? It is straight, and they will be very logic. They will be very objective driven, right? At the end of the day, for a red brain, right? They always ask the question, right? What is my objective in doing this? They always have this type of question. Once they know the objective, right, they will plan backwards, because how they think is, what can I do to reach this objective, right? And they will do step by step. Okay, and they are the analysis type, right? They need facts. They will need, you know, proven things to support their thinking. Yeah, so they are very strict, right? So in the end, right, the key point here is their thinking system is very structured. It's like how you build a house, right? When you build a house, you cannot change the structure, right? You must build the foundation. You cannot start with the roof, right? You have to have the foundation, then you build the wall, right? Then you only can build the roof, right? So that's how a red brain will think. Okay. Maybe some of you are getting to be excited already, right? Then we have the green, right? Now the keyword for green is chaos. Then you'll think, oh my God, chaotic. Well, let's put it right. Chaos in a positive way, right? So what it means here, for a green brain here, nothing is connected, right? How a green brain think? It's like, you know, when you have A, B, C, D, E until Z, a green brain person, right, from A, they can jump to F, they can go to G, they can go to Z, they can go to M, they just go here and there. So that's what it means, chaos. They still deliver. Okay, they are unlike the red. Red is very structured, right? They will follow, right? But green is flexible. They are the flexible type, and in fact, right, this type of brain of people, right, they don't like routine. Okay, and they see things in a big picture, only big picture, very big, not much details. So as a green brain person, what they do here is that they need to be in action. They will go and find the answers or what to do next when they are at that spot. They are the type who don't plan. When I say don't plan, by nature, they do not plan. Of course, we can teach a green brain to plan, right? You know, in general, right? They don't think too much. They are the type who just do it. While they are doing it, they will know what is next step because their way of learning is kinesthetic, experiential type. The more you give them to try it out, probably they will find their own success through making mistakes. This is how a green brain person will learn, right? There's no wrong or right because this is you, okay? Then the next type is the blue brain. Now, the keyword for blue brain is intuition. If we talk about, you know, having the sensitivity in us or the sixth sense, in English we say, you know, sixth sense, right? A blue brain person, sixth sense is extra alert, extra sensitive, right? Anything, everything is connected to this blue brain. And the blue brain, their radar, right, is always focused on people, right? Even though you are not feeling well, or even though, right, you are not feeling good, right? If so happen, right, your friend who is a blue brain, he or she will be able to sense it, right? Their sensory system is very strong, right? And probably they know that, you know, you are not feeling well. They may or may not ask you, but whatever it is, right, since they feel it, their approach towards you will be very different, right? So a blue brain, how they approach things, it is based on their sensory, right? They always adjust and adapt, and they are very flexible, right? They can go into any situation, any environment, and fit themselves into it, right? And be part of it, right? And they have lots of insights where other color brain, they don't feel it because they are different, different color, right? Blue brain feels it. So this is a strength of a blue brain, right? And let me go to the last one, the purple. The keyword for purple is relational. Now, can you imagine that you have a piece of jigsaw puzzle, very big pieces, a very big piece that have 1,000 pieces, right? Purple brain's brain visualization is like that jigsaw puzzle, right? When they do work, they need lots and lots of data. Anything, everything, right? They are like a big database, right? And they need all the data, right? Whether relevant, not relevant, whatever it is, their brain is looking for data, right? Because with the more data that they have, they are more stable, they are more secure, and they feel more comfortable, right? And with the data that they have, right, the brain will kind of like organize. Inside the brain, right? They will know where to organize all the information that they have, right? It's just like your database, right? You will have lots of folders, you will have lots of subfolders and all that, right? And you will categorize your information, your data, and you keep inside all this, right? How you keep all this, right? So a purple brain, right? Anything, everything, right? They link, right? Through data, right? And they will analyze and find things through all this, you know, data that they have. So as a result, right? Purple brain people in real life, they are a very, very organized person. They like things to be neat and tidy, and it is reflected in their life, right? So if you look at your working table, right, is it, you know, the neat or tidy type? Purple brain, right? They are very particular. They want exactly how, you know, the things to be arranged, organized, right? And even, for example, if you are someone who cooks and the kitchen belongs to you, right? You will always create a system that is practical. For a purple brain, right? It's about creating systems, it's about being practical. Anything, everything, right? So how they arrange their pots and pans, where to put salt, for example, right? If you are purple, right? You are always thinking, right? Like a system. Even when you cook, right? You need to create a system, right? How you do this, what first, everything is arranged nicely and in order, right? So it is being reflected in your life as well, right? And because you are purple brain. Okay, so with this, right, I have more or less covered the 4 colors, right? And let me continue. Okay, let's do a poll now, right? And let me ask you, do you know what is your colored brain after you have listened to my explanation? Just make a wild guess. For those who know it, good. Just key in your answer. For those who are not sure, just make a wild guess. Okay, I'm getting very interested, very interesting results. Any more? Any more? I give you 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to end the poll now. I'm going to end the poll, right? Okay, good. And let's share the results. Wow, we see it. Ooh, this is interesting. We have well, we have all colors. We have all the 4 colors, and blue seems to be the majority in this group. And very surprisingly, we have some people who answered rainbow. Now, you are born with 1 color, right? Over the years, you can acquire to learn about other colors, but you will never have, you will never have rainbow as your genetics. So that one, we can have all 4 colors, but you are born with 1 color, right? For those who are not sure, that's very good, right? You can come and join my workshop session later to find out more and learn more about yourself if that's what you're interested in, right? Okay, now, how can you know what is the color brain, right? There are 2 ways to do it, of course, right? This is a hard copy version, which you can get it from me. And of course, you answer it, and from there, it will tell you which is the color brain. And of course, now the other one is that you can also do it online. You have to pay for it, right? At this moment, there's no free stuff available in the market, right? And the other way is I can, play with you cards. These are the cards that I have, and by you answering and picking cards, I would know what is your color brain. So if you are talking about 3, this will be the 3 method, and I am certified that I can come in, right, and interpret it to you. Yeah. Okay. Now to add on a little bit of what Mr. Chan said just now about talent and all that, right? I just want to illustrate a little bit here of what I have this called the pyramid of consciousness. Now the question here, if you look at the bottom of the pyramid here, it is about skills, right? Now this is a survey that is done by researchers in University of Cambridge. And they actually ask, the people who are already successful, right? They have people who join the survey are some people who are already successful in their career, right? And they consist of various professions, from doctors to engineers to even salesperson and all that, right? The question asked was, what makes you successful? Okay, and people who pick skills, they pick skills as their answer, only form between 14 to 20. Right? When I saw this, I was a little bit astounded by the end result. So does it mean at the end of the day, if you study so much and then you learn so much, right? You go to schools and all that, right? To be an engineer and all that, right? That can only carry you on the average 18% of the success. That one is not very high number, right? So what I want to say here is skills is at the most bottom level. And all of us to start off with unique skills, right? And in fact, by knowing your talent is one way to discover your skills, right? The next level, according to this therapy here, is attitude, right? Now, attitude is the one that makes or breaks. You can have all the skills that you want, but if you are someone who don't have good attitude, it cannot bring you too far. You can be a mediocre or even an underperformer in your studies. Okay, so that means your skills level is very low. But somehow, if you have good attitude to learn, good attitude to be cooperative, good attitude to take whatever, right, and to perform or to deliver, that can bring you, in fact, very, very, very strong. Right now, we have seen so many, stories, success stories of the people, right? A lot of people will drop out. That man was a failure in his earlier life, right? So it's Colonel Sanders, right? Steve Jobs did not complete his university, he dropped out, right? But what he has is attitude. But before attitude, although he did not complete his university, he has skills, right, in doing all those photocopy, and it's not a photocopy, right? It's like how to do printing. Because he was doing part-time job and he learned all that printing technique, right? And that was where he got all these ideas and transformed that into a mobile setting, right? But if you don't have that basic skills, where can you get that idea from? Right? And to transform that is their attitude. He has the right attitude to bring him where he wants to go. Right? This is what I'm saying here, right? Then, for the company, right? If you have the right skills and the right skills, for the company, right, it's about getting the fulfillment, right? They get what they want, they do the performance, and you yourself, right, you are also fulfilled, right? So this is something, right, that can combine, with your skills and your attitude, so that you can get to achieve what you want to achieve, right? And I will have a few more slides, then I will finish here, right? So at the end of the day, when you talk about colored brain has multiple uses and benefits. And I'm someone who has benefited, and that's why I can deliver in it. And now I'm doing what I'm doing, right? Because I'm into it, right? Now, it helps to develop yourself. Through colored brain, I discover my natural talent, right? And I know what I'm not good at, okay? And through that, I actually strategize. What should I do? How do I do? And I use that to bring forth my career path. And what you are seeing now, of course, it was like after 16 years in learning what is connected, right? What you're seeing now, of course, it has been 16 years, right? And it also gives us self-realization, right? Nobody is, everyone is different, right? It's just that you must understand the differences in each of us and how do you relate that, then you know what to do, right? No matter what job, right? The SOP is standard, right? The instruction is standard. But how do you interpret the instruction, how to carry out that instruction, right? It is you from your brain, and your brain will tell you what to do, right? So knowing here is very important. Right? Okay. Then it helps to improve relationships, right? Meaning I know who I am, then I also know the people in my surroundings, right? I just put family first, right? I know my children, I know my husband, and it helps me to improve in my relationship with them because they have different colors from me, right? And at the workplace, when I knew at the time, right, I discovered what my boss color was. And I discovered how my subordinates think and every of the color. And of course, I knew my color. And from there, right, I know how to fit and adjust in working with them because all of us are different, right? And that leads me to the next one, right? Is how it's about building teams. Building teams, right, is all about creating synergy. And that means how do we tap on each other's potential, tap on each other's talent, to create the purpose for the company that company achieves, we also achieve. That is the whole purpose, right, of us wanting to perform, right? And if you agree with me, in Malaysia, right, the color range of the leader will determine the color of the group environment or the culture of the company. Why? Because that's him, right? And he will dictate how things to be done. Yeah, and that becomes a culture, right? So if you have same color, you'll find it. You like working with your boss because somehow you are aligned unknowingly. But if you have different
explicitly, because of the ability for industry to adopt strategy 1.1, adoption of technology could actually lead ability near.
Sorry, somebody.
With the advancement of technology from today and future 2030 lah. So, itulah to actually be featured juga.
Rahman, I'm sorry, and Lily, just a second. Rahman.
Kalau ditanya NPC, in our opinion, yes lah. Okay. Why yes? Number one, kita just yesterday kita dengan Top One launch, kita collaborate dengan EPU on this subject. On this subject ni, saya masa awal dulu masa kita nak kira on this subject, saya pun tak berapa nampak. Tapi my good friend ni Muzaffar ni, dia nak nampak. So apa yang kita buat last year, work with apa?
Okay.
I think we're back to normal now. Sorry about that. I don't know who just managed to go walk in. Okay.
Right. Yeah. The last benefit, it helps to resolve a lot of conflict resolution. To me, right, there's no point to argue anymore. All of us are different. You need to understand where are the differences. Once you understood the differences, you see each other, right, as a collaboration instead of, I want you to be like this, I want you to be like that. It just totally change your mind, how you acknowledge each other, right? So it really, really helped me by knowing all this stuff, right? So, and at the last lady, now, just to share, I have a coming shop for those who are interested. I'm doing this program called Becoming the Colorful Communicator. It's an online 4 hours. And right, well, it's just that it's very affordable, right? It's only 350 ringgit, and that includes you getting to do the profiling. So from there you will know, yeah. If anyone is interested, just drop me a note or text me, right? Before I can. Okay, come on. It is the Q&A now, which I will stop sharing, and I will send the this platform back to you, right?
Hi, really, thank you so much for this very insightful, color brain. I'm just thinking for myself now. I think I'm more blue.
Oh,
but
okay.
it does help, for me to understand better how I can deal with my own team. Sometimes when you are, working in a very tight schedule and you find that people don't understand what you're saying, there's a lot of frustration, yeah? And when that happens, you want to get angry because you want results at the end of the day. So now that you say this, I will try to figure out in my own team, what are their colors so that I can perhaps make them understand in their color and at the end get a result in my color. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay, now we have, the last 10 minutes. You all heard everything about how you need to be successful. What is a talent? What is, skill? How much does skill actually contribute to your success? And most importantly, your attitude. You need to really know how to work together to want to succeed. You cannot just have skills and say that with this, I'm already there. You need to have the right attitude to push forward and to understand how to sing together in a team to make yourself or the team more productive, right? So, okay, at the moment, we don't have much questions. That's, I think everybody is trying to figure out what color,
there's one question here.
One question.
And he thinks that
why do I have bits of every color, which you already addressed to just now, that it's not really possible to have rainbow. You will have one dominant color, but you can tune yourself, or train yourself to develop all the other colors or be more sensitive of the other colors. I wish you explained very clearly. I was hoping that I could be rainbow, but no, I have to be, to accept that I'm more blue. Anyway, I think from this, the takeaway, really, if you want to add, Chan, you want to add, is for everybody to understand the importance of understanding each person. The difference in all of us actually makes our life colorful and, makes us be able to work in a team. Do you want to add anything on that, Chan?
Yeah. So, Thanks for your question, Mimi. So I saw another question from the chat box. So do I need to answer the question first, or maybe answer your question?
Yeah, why not you answer, please.
Okay.
Answer the question.
The question saying that is it important for us to have personal coach or mentor to develop our talents? So this is something like I will share. Actually, I prepared a slide for the upcoming webinar. I will talk about this actually. So to be very frank, personal coach, they have 4 types of people that will influencing us. For example, the first one, the people around us. So we call them as our friend. The second one is our spouse. They will influencing us as well. And the third one is teachers. They will guide you. They will show you that they are the master how they can help you in order to develop your strength and so on. And the last is actually yourself. So if you're talking about the personal coach, the best personal coach is actually yourself. We cannot imitate someone because this is a successful story of others, but we can always refer to that successful story. If you're talking about personal coach, the answer is yes or no. They have no any perfect answer over here. So the best thing is we refer to the successful story of someone, but we should not imitate. Okay, and we have to find our own way how to make yourself successful. So always remember that the talent pyramid over there. So upgrading ourselves gradually, do the things well, and later on we have to know how to manage the people, how to win the heart of people. Then in the end, we have to understand that how to be the billion. Okay, they have a lot of strategy over there. We can always referring to the books. For example, I strongly recommended just now. They have 2 books over there to understand what is the meaning of accept, and also at the same time we have to know the tactic, how to win in the war. They have a lot of tactic over there, so we can learn about all this strategy over there. We can have a strategic planning and how to develop our own career. But remember, do not imitate the successful story of someone.
So what you're trying to say is that if I want to develop my talent, I'm not sure what I am or what I have within me, right? So the best is to, so the best approach is actually to read from the books, not imitate, but to understand how I can suit it to my personality. Is that what
Yes, you are right. Yes, you are right.
You want to add on that? Yeah.
Yes. Right. I mean, I agree with Mr. Khan, right? But that will take a long time. You're going to touch up everything, and you have money, pay someone to do. That's the current way of doing it.
Lily, I'm sorry, but your mic is not clear. The sound is breaking up, so we cannot hear you very clearly, Lily.
Okay, can you hear me now?
There's like an echo sound. There's an echo, so it's not very clear.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, internet.
All right. Because we couldn't catch what you said just now.
Can you hear me?
Better. Yeah.
Better, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. What I want to say here is that I agree with Mr. Khan, but the key question here is by self-learning and all that, right? It takes a long time. It is all challenge, right? If you have the money, I would suggest right nowadays, pay someone, appoint somebody whom you think you would like to. I don't say follow, but if you think that person can add value to you.
So it's more to guide you, right? To untap your hidden talents within you and then find the path forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Does that answer your question, Ms. Sabia? Yeah. Any other questions? Anybody? Okay, Lily, when you want, when you say that we can engage someone or pay someone to assist us, where can we find this kind of group of people, who's not going to exploit us, who's going to be able to guide us?
Wow. Yeah? I'm not, marketing myself here. I have people who actually push me to do that. Right? By means of doing the senior education, that is also my way that I mentor my students. Yeah. I have people who work to me in LinkedIn, right? And they say that I would like you to be my mentor. I was like, ooh, wow. right? So
Yeah.
not that, you know, I always meet up with the person first, and I want to see, you know, the match. Right? Not, you know, not everybody will agree what I want or what I think, right? And I also want to see what's that match. If I think I can add value, then, you know, I may accept. If I think that, you know, then I just find somebody else.
Okay, we have a question here from the board, you know, from the floor. Can you elaborate on team and synergy? I think it was based from your slide before, Lily, on team and synergy, how, you know, you actually, from knowing your color brains and how you actually synergize with one another. Yeah.
Okay. Now, every color has strength and every color has weakness. None of those two. Okay. So it looks like a car. The car has 4 tires. Right? You can't pick up one and operate. Right? So in general, in all work that we do, right, we actually need people of different colors. Now, is it that which color do you allocate for what type of work? That will be a very important strategy. If you know that certain color, then you match it with the right structure. Right? And it will be a better fit because it is like something that's natural for the person, and he or she can learn fast and do it well. And that person is also motivated. You know, that, wow, I like it. And I'm enjoying and I'm doing it well. So from company performance perspective, it's a win, it's a good thing, right? So if you see someone who is a wrong fit, for example, right, a different color, right? Well, number one, that person has to not like all of us can learn, we have the capacity to learn. How you learn is very different. How fast you learn is also very different.
Okay.
Right? And
Right.
some people struggle a lot. Yeah. So and okay, based on our belief in color theory, right? You are best when you are doing things which is of your natural time. Because that's the easiest. That's what your brain is best at, right? When we learn other things, other colors, yes, we can still work on it, right? But it will never be natural. You're like pushing your car engine, right? There will be some points that your brain will find it strenuous, right? That it may break. Now, when that happens, it means your health is I have my personal story to go through, but I mean, that was what happened to me because I was working on more on other colors, trying to be somebody which was not natural to me. And in the end, my health. Okay. And only me will know the answer because I was not. It's not about money and promotion anymore. Right? So that's how, right? You know, if you answer that as a leader, right? If someone as a leader, what is your color? Nobody is perfect, right? So if you are good at something, then if you are not so good at something, if you are a good leader, then you know who are the talents you need to recruit to complement you, what you don't have. So that's team, that's synergy.
Yeah.
Right? Does that make sense? So this is how the whole concept of color thing can come in.
Interesting. So as a leader, what we need to do actually is to first understand ourselves, and then, like you say, look at our own team and delegate the right task for each team so that at the end of the day, all of us can be successful because each of us, we are able to deliver the best of what we can do. Correct? Yes. So that's how you synergize together in a team, and that's how you actually come with a winning team. I guess yes. That's where the term winning team, comes from, is that you combine all the colors and then you get the color of the rainbow. Yes. Very good. Yeah. Do we have any more questions? Anybody? I'm sure you all are very keen to know, now you're trying to look back and think, no wonder you're not able to gel with some people. No wonder when, your boss tells you something and then when you do it, it's the way you interpret it, but then he tells you this is not what I want. And you have to restart from all over again. I think we all been through that. I have been through that many times.
Yes.
Now I know I need to check my boss and say, oh, you are that color. I shall give you what you want in that color. And then we'll be all okay, huh? Okay.
Yeah, Mimi, you are the fast learner.
Blue color, blue color, blue color, blue color. Okay. Anyway, so do we have any more questions here, everybody? Or if not, we can end the session. But before we end the session, I'd like to tell all of you here that if you want an e-cert, you know, to show that you actually attended this particular webinar, okay, you actually can email it to Rahman at mpc.gov.my. Okay. I'll type in the chat box. Or Chan, can you help me type in the chat box for a short while? Rahman's email.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. So for those of you who are interested to actually get an e-cert, you know, in case you want to show your bosses that you have been doing something to improve on yourself and your understanding of teamwork and, you know, understanding how to improve yourself, you can always request for an e-cert from Cik Rahman. Okay, his email address is now actually being displayed in the chat box. Okay, so Rahman at mpc.gov.my. All right. And now on that note, I think thank you, Lily and Chan, you know, for this very interesting topic today. You know, what we assume many times in our career, in our path, we think that we know how to deal with people, but today I'm learning a lot more, you know, on how to deal and be better when with people. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We hope to see you again next week. All right, thanks. Take care. Bye. Stay safe. Bye.
Thank you.